Hello and welcome. Today we have our Twisty Vinyasa flow that'll be really good for detox and getting the body moving, clearing out that stagnant energy, which is really good in support of our spring detox and clean eating kickstart. So I'm glad you're here joining me on the mat today. We're going to start on our bellies. In prone position, let the hands stack one on top of the other like pancakes, and the forehead comes to the top. Let the feet relax down, tops of the feet to the mat. Starting to focus on your breath here. Breathing in and out through the nose. Starting to connect in our space. Becoming present in this moment of time. Leaving the previous part of the day behind us. Pressing pause on what's to come. As you inhale, fill the belly. Notice how it expands across the mat. Then fill the ribs. And as you exhale, notice how you soften into the mat. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, it could be one of cleansing or that detox mentality, or maybe just increasing your energy, bringing some vitality to your day, to your practice. So today's practice is going to be energetic. You might start to notice your breath getting a little faster. When that happens, bring it back to that long, deep breathing. All right, here we go. We'll start with some reverse crunches. The hands come behind the neck. Interlace the fingers, the elbows nice and wide. Tops of the feet and the hips press into the mat. And as you inhale, lifting the head and torso. And then lower down. We've got 10 of these on an inhale. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let the hands come back under the forehead. Rest for a moment. Already starting off nice and strong. Bring the hands to be in line with the lower ribs. The elbows magnetizing towards each other. Roll the shoulders back. Those tops of the feet and the hips still pressing into the mat on an inhale. Lift it up for Cobra Pose. Elbows can stay bent here. Keep the hip points to the mat. Lengthen through the spine and lower down. You can stay with that option of Cobra Pose, or you can take a variation where the hands come out wider than the mat. Fingertips press in, the palms tent. Inhale, lifting up, lengthening through the spine still, and lower back down. We've got one more, whichever option you choose. Inhaling. And lower down. And we'll move to Sphinx pose. So coming up to the forearms here. The forearms are parallel, fingers are spread wide, the elbows are underneath the shoulders. Let those pinky toes start to come towards the mat. Tendency is to want to let the feet come in, let them open. Tailbone reaches towards the heels as you lengthen through the spine as if you're tractioning the arms, feeling like you're wanting to pull them back without actually moving them. That traction helps you to pull the heart forward, lifting up through the neck. And holding here, we've got 5 breaths. All right, tucking the toes under here, we're moving to forearm plank. So we tuck the toes, lift the knees, keep the torso firm, engaging the core. If you need to come down to your knees, don't let the butt poke up. We want to keep a nice straight line with that core still engaged. Okay, if you're staying on the knees, that's fine, just staying right here and hold. If you're up on your toes, you can stay here, or option 2, rock back and forth. We've got those 20 times if you're taking that option. Forward for 1, 2. Very nice. Drop down to the knees. Let the knees walk forward as we come to a tabletop pose. So here the hips stack over the knees, shoulders stack over the wrists, fingers spread wide once again. And let's pause here, tops of the feet pressing into the mat, lengthening through the spine here. Feel the crown of the head reaching forward as the gaze is soft towards the mat. The tailbone reaching in the opposite direction. Feel that belly gently pulling up. All right, we've got some peanut butter rolls or some barrel rolls, peanut butter jar. So you're going to it's a version of cat-cow, by the way. So the belly dips down just like you would for cow. You're just scooping up the peanut butter, taking it to the right, then round the back, taking it all the way over to the left, and bring it back down to that cow belly pose, okay? And then keep it moving. Inhale, exhale as you round, and then inhale back down and keep it moving. If it feels all right to close your eyes here, certainly do so. Take one more this direction. And when you get down to the bottom, the belly down, change direction. Scoop up from the left, all the way over to the right, and bring it back down. Keep it moving. One more. Bring it back to that neutral spine, gentle engagement of the core. And we're moving to full plank pose. So the hands stay plant, shoulder width apart, toes tuck under, finding a nice straight line of energy from the heels all the way up. Then press into the hands. That spot between the shoulder blades presses up to the ceiling. We're going to try those peanut butter rolls right here. So the belly dips down, maybe not quite as much. Scoop it up to one side, take it upwards, and then down the other. 2 more. You can also just hold plank pose here if you choose, and you can of course modify to the knees, change directions. Very good. Come back to the knees here. Take the knees wide, sit bones all the way back for child's pose. Forehead to the mat, arms extend. Relax here. Couple of breaths. On your next inhale, coming up through table, open it all the way up to upward facing dog. Option to keep the tops of the legs to the mat or press into the tops of the feet so that the legs lift up. Maybe looking up a little more. Very good. Knees plant nice and wide. All the way back again, child's pose. Next inhale, scoop it all the way up to that upward facing dog, saying to yourself, I open to new possibilities. And then tuck the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Our first downward facing dog of the practice, so be mindful, be gentle with yourself. Knees can be bent here if needed. Pressing in one heel, then the other, just to warm the back of the legs. And then find some stillness. Hands pressing into the mat, the forearms nice and strong, biceps outwardly rotating. The sit bones reach to the ceiling as the heels sink towards the floor, and then soften the neck. Take it a little yes and no with the head, and bend the knees. Look at the hands, step it forward, find a forward fold. Again, knees can be bent if that feels good. Maybe a little sway from side to side. Then bend the knees more. Root to rise here. Energy comes all the way up. Hands to heart center. Moving through some varied sun salutations. Inhale the arms up. Hands through heart center. Bend the knees to fold. Inhale, flat back. Nice long spine here. Plant the hands, step that left foot back. Come down to a low lunge. Option to untuck back toes. When you feel good on the knees, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Bring the hands through center. Frame the foot, back foot steps forward. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, this time right foot steps back. Back knee drops down, toes untuck, arms sweep up. The hips tuck under here, the belly strong, arms high, then hands through center. Plant the hands, back foot steps forward, forward fold. We've got two more passes through that sequence. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, left foot steps back. Drop the knee, arms sweep up. Hands through heart center. Back foot stepping forward and fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, right foot steps back. Arms sweep. Hands through center. Step it forward. Fold. This next one will have a slight variation. Flat back. Plant the hands, left foot steps back. Our first twist here. right, or that left hand plants, the right arm sweeps up. Keep this front knee pulling into the midline. We're not trying to splay it out. Release it down. Back toes tuck, step it forward. Fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, right foot steps. Knee drops. Anjaneyasana. Hands through center. Right hand plants, left reaches up. Release it down. Back toes tuck, step it forward. Forward fold. Root to rise here. Energy comes up. Hands to heart center. Moving through sun A here. Inhale up. Hands through center to fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands here. Step to plank. That strong plank here, pressing up the middle of the shoulders. Strong arms here. The vinyasa we'll take will be that child's pose to upward facing dog. So the knees come down wide, sit bones to the heels. On the inhale, unfurling, open it up. I am open to new possibilities. Knees plant wide, child's pose. On the inhale, unfurl, open to new possibilities. Tuck the toes here. Press it up, downward facing dog. Moving into our first flow here. On your inhale, fly that left leg. Hands press evenly into the mat. The heel sinks down. Pull the knee into the nose. Extend it back. Knee to the nose. Extend. Knee to the nose. This time step the foot between the hands, coming into crescent pose. So find the balance on the feet. That back heel stays lifted. The arms coming up. Drive through that back heel for balance here. If you find that your feet are too far apart, you can certainly shorten the stance. All right, finding a twist here, taking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, palms pressed together, lengthen the spine to twist. And release, arms up. Keeping the hips tucked under, driving through that back heel. The torso comes forward 45 degrees, so a line of energy from the heel all the way up here. A little bit of arm work. Deep inhale. As you exhale, the elbows bend like cactus pose, football goal post, right? Inhale, open and pull it down. 8 more. Up and down. There's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Shoulder blades squeeze together behind the back. Last one here. Squeeze, reach, back foot steps forward. Step it out if you need to, then sink down into chair pose. So checking in on how much you need to bend the knees. Trying not to let the knees come forward to the toes. The sit bones are what are pushing back to create that chair. Arms up. Hips are tucked under here to protect the back. We'll find a twist. This time left elbow outside of the right knee. Palms press together and then lengthen the spine. Very good. Open it up. Then take the arms behind you, airplane arms. Those arms squeezing together. Inhale it up. Twist the other side. Right elbow outside the left knee. Reaching up. Arms back, airplane arms. Twisting again. Arms up. Left elbow to the right knee. Release and reach. Arms back, arms up, right elbow to the left knee. Releasing up, arms back, 2 more airplane arms only. Open it up and reach, open and reach, open it up here. Hands come through center, find a forward fold. That might feel like sweet relief on the legs. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, step to plank. Finding that vinyasa. Strong plank first. Knees down and wide. Child's pose. On the inhale, open it up. Upward facing dog. I am open to new possibilities. Take it back, child's pose. Inhale, open it up. Upward dog. Toes tuck. Downward facing dog. Take a deep cleansing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Just releasing any tension or stress. Anything, any energy we no longer need. Helping our detox. On your inhale, fly your right leg. Hands stay planted evenly. That back heel is just lifting upwards towards the sky. Pull it into the nose. Inhale, open. Pull it in. Extend. Pull it in. Foot plants between the hands. We're moving to crescent pose. Arms sweep up when you feel like you've got the balance. Hips are tucking under here. Driving through the back heel. And we've got our twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Lengthen. Release all the way up. Then take the torso to that 45-degree angle. And we've got those goalpost arms. Deep inhale. Exhale, draw them down. And up and down for 2. Inhale. And 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Reach the arms. Back foot steps up. Pedal it out if you need to. Sink down, chair pose. Option for this chair here. Lift the heels coming up onto the toes. So challenging the balance a little differently. Arms still reach up. No twist here, just airplane arms. Sweep it down and back. Those arms magnetizing towards each other. Open it up. Back and down, down and back. And open. Back. Open. 2 more times. Back. Reach. Back. And reach. Let the heels come down. Hands come through center as we find forward fold. Staying here for a moment. Heel toe the feet to the outward edges of your mat with the toes pointed out. And just bend one knee and then the other, just kind of finding a little dynamic movement in the hips here. Just a gentle sway before we come down to Malasana, yogi squat. So back to center. Bending through the knees here, let the hips sink down, adjusting your feet as needed, and noting that it's okay if your heels are not touching the floor. They may be here, no worries. They'll get down eventually. You may find that you're more here in this hover kind of squat. It's really whatever feels good on your body right now. So if you need to make those adjustments, certainly do so. Elbows come inside the knees, palms press together, and then lengthen through the spine. So the head and the neck coming out of the turtle shell. Holding here for a few breaths. If you notice that your breath started to speed up and get a little out of control, this is the time to rein it in. Try to come back to a 4-count breath. 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Finding a twist here from our squat, we'll take the left hand out to the side, staying under the inside of our knee, and the right arm will sweep up, opening across the chest, and then option to take this right arm behind the back for a half bind and let that right shoulder open up. And release. This time the right arm comes inside the right knee, left arm reaches up, and again, option to take it half bind, let that left shoulder open. And release. All right, coming down to sit, moving all the way to our backs here as we're coming into a bridge pose. We'll take bridge, and then of course you'll have the option to move up into wheel pose or stay in bridge. So coming all the way down. Now if you do have a block handy, if you want to do a supported bridge, that's also an option. So on the back, the feet hip width apart, right behind your rear. The arms extended along the body, palms facing down. All right. When you're ready, you'll press into the feet, the shoulders, the hands, and start to peel the hips off of the mat. As you do so, again, thinking about all those open possibilities, all that potential, rising up. The hands can clasp here if you choose. Try to keep the palms sealed together and then reach the hands towards the heels. So the shoulder blades may walk a little together underneath. Hips still pressing upward, knees pressing forward, and then release the hands slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time. So you can repeat that pose, staying with a bridge pose. You can also come to the supported bridge with a block coming underneath the sacrum, so that tailbone space, a little lower than the low back. So that's an option for you. Or you can intensify and come to wheel pose. So with wheel pose, the feet stay planted. The hands come behind the shoulders. So you're flipping the hands, the palms are facing down, and the heel of the hand is facing behind you. So for wheel pose, simply pressing into the hands and the feet, the hips lift up. And then when you do feel ready, slowly come down, unroll, and you can just stay on the back or come to that bridge pose, whatever feels good for you. A few more breaths here, wherever you are. One more deep inhale. On an exhale, if you've got a block, remove it. Slowly roll down. Take the feet as wide as the mat here. We've got windshield wipers, nice and slow. Starting with the left leg coming in, right leg opening to the outside. Hold. And then change. The right knee coming in, the left sweeping out. And again, left knee in. And right knee in. Coming back to center. We've got a little ab work here. So staying on your back, hug the knees in. So we've got a Ardha Navasana or half boat series. So the head and the torso, or the head and the shoulders will stay off the back here, or off the mat. And on an inhale, you'll open the arms and the legs, and an exhale, draw it in. When you open, be mindful of that low back. If you feel like your low back is starting to come up, like as your legs lower down, it's starting to arch up, press that low back in. It may mean that your leg doesn't come as low down, okay? It's not a contest how low the leg goes. Keep it up if you need to. What's important is keeping the core engaged and working that core. So hug the knees in. Inhale, open it up. Low back presses down, core engages. Exhale, bring it in. We've got 9 more. Open and close. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5. Using the breath. There's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Hug it back in. Nice work. Relax your head down. Good work here. Tee out the arms. The knees will come up 90 degrees in the hips, 90 degrees in the knees. If it feels good, maybe even flex the feet too, okay? We're coming into some dynamic twists. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let the knees come to the right. Once they touch down, slowly draw them back to center. That can be your inhale breath. And then exhale to the left. Inhale, back up. And then keep going. You can make it a little more smooth and just keep the legs going, making one deep inhale to go one direction and a full exhale to go the other if you choose. And then coming back to center. Hug the knees in, give yourself one more hug. And then we'll find happy baby pose. So the arms come between the knees, the hands to the outsides of the feet. The knees pull in towards the armpits. And take note of your tailbone. If your tailbone's coming up off the mat, you need to press it down. If it's not pressing down, maybe try not pulling the feet so far upward and just take hold of the shins, or maybe wrap the hands around the calves as an option here. Again, that tailbone or that sacrum area needs to be pressing down into the mat. That's for stability, for grounding. Smooth, even breathing here. All right. Release the feet. Hug the knees in once more. Maybe rock from side to side. Get a little back massage or forward and back if that feels good. Either way, we're coming up to sit. So you can roll to one side and come up, or forward and back into Dandasana, staff pose. So here, knees can be bent if you need to. We're going to be finding a forward fold. Sometimes the legs straight doesn't help with a low back situation. So the feet are flexed, knees can be bent if needed. Sweep the arms out, deep inhale. Lengthen the spine, and then exhale, start to bring it forward. When you cannot reach any further, then start to round the head down towards the knees. Hands falling wherever they may, along the legs. Another opportunity for inward reflection. And as winter is a time to protect ourselves with layers of clothes to keep away from the cold, to eat various kinds of delicious food, mostly sugary items to keep ourselves warm, is a time of total love and care to the physical body. But now that we're in spring, it goes the reverse. You would love and care for the physical body equally, but not by pampering. In spring, it is all about holding on to the taste buds while maintaining a simple diet, along with a planned yoga regimen to flush out all the accumulation that happened during winter. The dosha that is active here is the kapha dosha, and with the yoga poses, the dosha which accumulated during winter needs to be brought down and kept in balance. One more deep inhale here. As you exhale, walk the hands backwards, the torso comes up, and we'll find a seated twist here. So we'll start by taking the left leg underneath, just cross it under like half crisscross applesauce. The right leg comes across so the foot plants to the outside of that knee. Lengthen the spine, inhale that left arm nice and high, those left ribs move towards the knee, then bring the arm to the outside, bring it around that knee, and the right hand comes behind near the rear. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale to twist. Holding here. And gently release. We'll change legs. The right leg comes under, the left leg over the top, the foot to the outside of that knee. Right arm rises up, lengthen. Those right ribs move towards that left knee. Bring the arm around, the left arm behind. Lengthen on an inhale. And twist on the exhale. And slowly release, untwisting, coming back to center. And we'll come back to that seated forward bend with the legs extended. Again, knees bent if needed, feet are flexed. Inhale, the arms rise up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, coming forward. When you can't reach further, then round it down. Releasing further into the pose. Softening the body here. One more deep inhale. Exhale, walking the hands back. And we're coming to Janu Shirshasana. So we'll keep our left leg extended, pull the right foot into the inner thigh. So this is a revolved version, so the belly is not going to come forward towards the knee. We're actually going to take our left arm along the inside of that extended leg. The right arm will reach up, lengthen, and this may be all you can do, and that's okay. If you can take it down a little bit more, we're finding a stretch through the right side, a rotation on the left side, and trying to breathe into the ribs nice and even. You can be looking upwards if it's not too much pressure on the neck. You can also take the gaze down towards the mat. Sometimes that's a little easier. Next inhale, slowly coming up, and we'll change legs. So the right leg extends, the left foot pulls into the inner thigh. This right arm extends along to the inside of that leg. The left arm reaching up, lengthen, and then find that side bend, stretching through the left side, rotation on the right side. Gaze up if it's okay on the neck. Gaze down if you need to ease some pressure or tension. One more inhale. Full exhale. Next inhale, bring it back to center. Pull that right leg in. We're coming down to our back again. And here, noting that if you do have either an egg or a couple of blocks or even a folded up blanket, those are some options for a couple of toes away where we'll be taking a fish pose. There's also options if you don't have the props, so don't worry about it. Either way, we're going to come to the back. We'll find a supine twist here. So start by extending that left leg. Take the right knee into the chest. Then the right knee crosses over the body. The that right arm reaching behind. And then you can check in here what feels good in your body. So one option is to have that right shoulder planted down and let the knee move where it can. The other option is to have the knee planted down and let the right arm come where it may. And the gaze can be towards the ceiling, or you might extend it towards that right arm. Feeling the twist deepen with each exhale. The twist across the belly, activating all of those detoxifying organs, the liver, just your main detox organ, maybe even the spleen, the stomach, those things that help you to actually release and excrete. All right, slowly bring it back to center. This time extending the right leg, pull the left knee into the chest. Take this left leg across the body, finding that anchor option that works for you, either knee or shoulder. Left arm reaching behind, the gaze can be up or extended towards that arm. And then slowly release to center. Resituate the hips, the shoulders. Extend both feet out, both legs extend, the arms reach overhead. So finding here a reverse corpse pose, or not a reverse, but a modified or variation of corpse pose. So we're on our backs, the arms are overhead, but trying to relax them. So they need to come a little wider so the shoulders will soften. The feet flop open. So we're not done here. We're just finding a brief moment of some relaxation. We'll be here for 6 breaths. All right. We're now going to move into a fish pose. So if you have no props, or if you choose for no props, the arms simply come down alongside the body. And then as you start to come up a little, let the forearms, let the elbows come underneath the shoulders. Palms will press down. You'll simply lift through the chest. The gaze can come up slightly. If it's comfortable in the neck, you can open it up even further. So that's the no prop option. Of course, you can also find with props, a softer, gentler option is also to take this blanket alongside. So the bottom of the blanket is in line with the bottom of the armpit. The arms open wide, and then you just open up over. The top of the blanket actually comes under the armpit. That's why that felt strange. There we go. So any blanket or towel folded up here works just fine. One more breath wherever you are. Take the feet to the mat here just to allow you to roll to the side as you start to come up. off of your blanket or props. And coming to a seated pose, our easy seat, Sukhasana. So that could be that one foot is in front of the other. If you want crisscross applesauce, that of course is okay as well. We're going to find some yoga mudras and some breath work just to help give our detoxifying practice a little boost. So the first, we're going to find the Pushan Mudra, where we'll take our left hand, the thumb tip, the middle finger, and the ring finger will touch, and the, the pinky finger and the forefinger reach up, kind of like little bull horns. That hand comes to the top of the knee, palms facing up to amplify the energy. And then on the right hand, the forefinger and the thumb, along with the middle finger touch, and then the ring finger and the pinky finger extend. And then that hand comes to that knee, palm facing up once again to amplify that energy. All right, sit up a little straighter here, not stick straight, but just a little bit straighter, just to give that energy a nice place to go. So this mudra symbolizes accepting and receiving with the gesture of one hand, and letting things flow, giving and letting go with the other. This mudra helps in digestion, as it influences the energy currents that are responsible for absorbing and utilizing food, as well as helping with elimination. It has a relaxing effect on the solar plexus, which we did quite a bit of work in this midsection today. And we've activated this area in the stomach, the liver, the spleen, the gallbladder. Helps to regulate energies of the autonomic nervous system, mobilizes energies of elimination, and detoxifies. So on an inhale, take it in nice and deep, taking in energy from the light. And as you pause, give time and space so it can spread from within and become transformed. And on the exhale, let that expended energy flow out of you. Again, inhaling in the form of light. Hold and let it expand. And then exhale to let it go. A couple more breaths on your own here. As you breathe, you might think, I thankfully accept everything that is good for me. Let it have its effect within me and release everything that is spent. One more breath. Deep inhale. Hold. Full exhale. You can release that mudra, and we'll move into skull shining breath, Kapala body breath. So it's a fairly quick breath that is a passive inhale and a forced exhale. So you're using the ab muscles to kind of pump the air out. So it's a soft inhale and a forced exhale. We do it a little quicker. Of course, if the pace is too quick, you can set your own, slow the pace down. We're going to take 20 breaths, then we'll pause, feel the energy, and then we'll try it once more, pause, and then move into just a basic 4-count breath. Now, if you have high blood pressure or glaucoma, or if you're pregnant or menstruating, all good options to pass on this breath and just simply do a deep breathing exercise of 4 count in and 4 count out. So if you are going to take Kapalabhati with me, finding that nice straight energy up the spine, hands can be comfortably wherever feels good for you. Deep inhale, and we'll begin. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Notice the energy. This practice is good for the Agni or fire to help keep it in control. And that Agni or fire is responsible for digestion, metabolic processes. And we've got once more. So again, creating a little length in the spine. Deep inhale. And begin. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Finding one more mudra, Bu mudra or Prana mudra, where the fingertips of the thumb, ring finger, and pinky finger come together, and the forefinger and the middle finger extend out. Think of the stewardess gesturing towards the emergency exit. So this is the mudra of energy. The hands can come upward facing to help bring more energy to that energy mudra. If you feel like you need more grounding, those fingertips press down to the ground. So wherever you are here, we'll stay here with a 4 count breath, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Your affirmation here: I have a healthy appetite for the small and large adventures of life. I digest the challenges with great pleasure. One more deep inhale. Full exhale. You're welcome to release that mudra and just have the hands comfortably either in your lap or keeping them to the knees, whatever feels good. Just continuing to focus on the breath here. And just a few more questions for you in this meditative state as you bring your awareness to what you most desire in life. What are you seeking? And what obstacles are standing in your way? What negative habits do you need to free yourself from? What positive habits do you need to create and practice? And take a few moments here to just let these questions marinate, resonate, seeing what comes up. And again, what do you most desire in your life? What are you seeking? What obstacles are standing in your way? What negative habits do you need to free yourself from? What positive habits do you need to create and practice? We'll start to close here, sweeping the arms up overhead, gathering up all the energy we've created today. Bring the hands down, thumbs to the forehead for positive thoughts. Thumbs to the lips for honest words. And thumbs to the heart for a grateful and open heart. I am grateful for you today and the powerful and energetic being in me sees and honors the powerful and energetic being within you. Namaste.